Cool. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a lead list of thousands of e-commerce companies that are currently using Shopify or Klaviyo within Apollo. Before I get into it, I just want to say a huge thank you. I have nearly hit 1,000 subscribers for this cold email channel. So if you are interested in me building out a lead list for you, completely customized of 1,000 leads with their email addresses, then comment below the lead list that you want me to build for your niche. So this could be software, this could be e-commerce, this could be any brand or any niche that you want. Just comment it below and I will pick one person from the comments and I will build the lead list for you in another video, and then I will send you the lead list so that you can use it as part of your outreach. But anyways, let's jump into the video. So first things first, you're probably familiar with this setup by now. So we're going to go and start with not job titles, but we're going to start with technologies. So the technologies that we want to start with are, we're going to go with Shopify. And basically, from what I understand, Apollo basically uses, it uses built with integration, essentially. So all the information that you're getting and pulling from here is actually from built with. So we're going to go Shopify, we're going to go WooCommerce, we're going to go Shopify Plus, and we're also going to go with Klaviyo. Now, there are other ways. You can use store leads, you can use different databases, but I'm using Apollo just because in my experience, it's like the best, lowest cost, most cost efficient, valuable database that you can use that allows you to export leads at scale, basically, other than using like SalesNav. SalesNav still has a limit on 2,500, but anyways, that's besides the point. So they're using at least one of those technologies. We've already got 10,000 companies here, right? And again, the data isn't always 100% accurate, but it is still pretty good. So next, we're going to filter by employees. I'm going to do sort of medium-sized companies. So we're going to go from anywhere from, just going to do 11 to 50, basically. So they're going to be doing most likely like at least like $1 million a year, probably, give or take, right? It's always better, in my opinion, to filter by employees rather than revenue, because revenue is private information and you're not really going to have a clue about how much revenue a company does unless you look at their accounts. So you can guess it, and the best way to guess it is by employees. So if they've got, I don't know, 10 employees and they're each paying those employees anywhere from like 2,000 to 10,000 a month, then it's more than likely that they're probably going to be earning, X amount of dollars, right? If you just kind of like work backwards in that sense. So employees is a good way. The next one we're going to do is accounts. We're going to go United States for this. We're going to keep it super broad. Again, United States. And we're also going to have the contact in the United States as well, because we want, if we are scheduling it for a specific time, we don't want to be reaching out to people who are based in the UK in American hours, for example. So we want to make sure that we're filtering those. The next thing we want to do is, things like founders. Let's just say you are, running Facebook ads or Google ads or anything like that for these kinds of people. Probably founder, probably CEO, probably the, if you're doing the UK, it sometimes could be managing director. In the US, not always. It could be like principal. That's not principal. The president. It could be, that's not used by president either. President. It could also be the marketing director. It could be head of marketing. So we're just going to put all of these in. We're going to put, it could be head of head of sales. It could be e-commerce manager. Things like that. Okay, cool. So we're just going to keep it like that for now. You can, if you want to add an extra layer, you can go is not any of, and then you can go exclude title. So you could put like assistant. You could put intern, you could put like trainee, you put things like that, right? So you can basically exclude those kinds of job titles so that they're not coming up in this. Doesn't take enough 200. Next, and the most important part is the company keywords. So one cool way and one cool thing that you could do is you can take another company that is similar to the company you're looking for. So for example, I don't know, let's say you're targeting like in this case, you're targeting a small, medium e-commerce brand, right? And one, in your country is company XYZ. You can come over to company here in Apollo and you can go include/exclude, and you could include a list of companies. Now, if you just put in the website URL of that company and go save and search, it'll come up with that company plus the people that work there, or depending on whatever filters that you have. So maybe exclude some of the filters that you currently have. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you some ideas for the keywords that they might use. Now, it could come up that they come up NA, in which case you want to try it a couple of times. But it could also come up where they tell you some of the keywords that that company is using. And then what that's going to do is if you look at those keywords, you can then filter based on more of those keywords essentially. So it's just a good like shortcut for being able to figure that out. Another thing you could do is you could use ChatGPT for that as well, which is pretty useful. But in this case, I'm going to be doing like clothing and apparel companies. And I always leave industries off because sometimes these companies aren't categorized properly. So I'm just going to put in things like literally clothing, fashion, apparel, active wear, street wear, lifestyle, maybe accessories, shoes, kids' clothes. What else? You could have like jackets, you could have bags. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you see here, we've already got 5.5K. And if we have a look at these companies, well, actually, first, before we do that, we're just going to exclude keywords. So we're going to do like the usual marketing. We don't want agency. We don't want advertising. You can see it's already getting rid of a bunch. So we don't want software. We don't want like platforms. We want e-commerce, direct to consumer branch. All right. So here we're removing the B2B element from it. We're basically telling it it's B2C only. We want tech removed, we want platform removed, we want like I don't know, community removed, we want education removed, we want manufacturing removed. That's a big one for factoring. We don't want that. We don't want like wholesale. Yeah, we don't want any of this stuff, right? So you can see the lead list is shot down massively. But now we're just going to have a look and check what these companies actually look like. So we're going to just click on a bunch of websites. So we're going to click on these websites and have a look. So this, yep, that's perfect. That's another keyword actually that you could add in, which could be like, I don't know, yoga. Yoga wear? Is yoga wear a thing? I don't know. I shouldn't really leave that. Here we've got active wear. Sportswear, that's another one. Sports wear. Does that add any? Okay, it doesn't really add any. So you see here though that there's part of a process. So we're saying that, yep, that's an e-commerce brand. That looks good. Whatever that is. Selling. Men's full. Oh, you could type in. That's another one that would be good. Men's wear, and then women's wear. Women's wear. Yeah, okay. It's not really coming up or adding any new ones, but you can see here again. This fits our criteria perfectly. This fits our criteria. This fits our criteria. And so does this. So yeah, you can see here already that we've basically pulled up a list of 3,500 e-commerce brands like within just a couple of minutes on here. Obviously, if you play around with the filters a lot more, and I'm sure if you add more keywords, if you do some more excluding, and just kind of play around with it a lot more, you'll be able to find more. You could use different like on top of Shopify, you could kind of get a bunch of different technologies that could also indicate that they are an e-commerce company, and then you can select those. There's all sorts of different ways of doing it. I'm just giving you like the initial way of thinking about it, and then you can build off the top of that. So yeah, that's not even wholesale. I did not spell that correctly at all. I'll go back and just do that and see what that actually looks like. Wholesale. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, cool. So we've actually got 4.6K companies here. Wholesale. Oh, that's why, because I added it and didn't exclude it. So if we go back to here and we just exclude wholesale. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we've got about 3.1K companies. And then what we can do here is, as you've seen probably in the other videos that I've got, you can basically add them to a list. Then once you've got them in a list, so the way you would do that is you would select all the people, for example, or you could select a specific number of people that you've got. Or you could save the search so you can come back to it later and continue adding to it if you want to do some more like basically add some more filters, add some more layers to it. But if you want to get their actual emails, because right now it's not showing you the emails, you would click here, you'd select the people, and then you would add it to the list. That would then add to a saved list here. And then once you've got the saved list, then you would go onto Instant Data Scraper and export. And I've got other videos that show you how to do that. But the goal of this video is to show you how you can build a list of thousands of e-commerce companies. And these are, as you can see here, from just having a look through, they all look pretty damn good. We can obviously add to the number of people or job titles that we have. to make sure that we're targeting more of a broad range. So I reckon if you played around with this a little bit more, you could quite literally get 5,000 to 6,000 companies to target, just as an initial starting point, right? So, and you want to go on other databases to grab as much of your TAM, your total addressable market, as possible. But this gives you a good starting point for the whole thing. So yeah, hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, then just a reminder to comment below the niche and lead list that you'd like me to build. I will select one person. That one person, I will then build that list for you for free, 1,000 leads completely for free. And I'll make a video of it, and then I'll share the list with you so that you can reach out to it in your own time and do whatever you want. But yeah, hope you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.